Welcome to the CWPA Referee Education, the first video session of the 2019 men's fall season. The rules haven't changed this year, so there should be no surprises. Therefore, I would like to take a subject you've heard mentioned many times over the past men's and women's seasons. Surprise! Apply the rules as written. Sound familiar? As a referee, you are expected to apply the rules as written in a consistent manner from the first period to the conclusion of each and every game. Consistency is so important regardless of who the teams are, who the players are, what the score of the game is. You are charged with calling what you see according to the rules as written. It does not include the expectation that every foul will be called, nor does it expect you to ignore a violation because you feel the situation reflected bad offense or bad defense. The players will dictate what needs to be called or not called through their actions in the pool during the game. We all know in every game there will be situations where your intervention will not be required. Why? Because you are officiating to the advantage of the offense. Look at rule number 3, section 5, advantage. And it reads, the referee shall have discretion to award or not award any ordinary, exclusion, or penalty foul, depending on whether the decision would advantage the attacking team. They shall officiate in favor of the attacking team by awarding a foul or refrain from awarding a foul if, in their opinion, awarding the foul would be an advantage to the offending player's team. The referee shall apply this principle to the fullest extent. End of quote. The advantage rule allows you to withhold the whistle at times when you feel calling a foul would favor the defense and disadvantage the offense. However, there is in no way should this trump player safety issues or to be used as an excuse to not call a foul and allow a more physical game to be played. It does not include the expectation that you will choose to ignore a violation of the rules in order to punish bad offense. Basically, we are now asking you to be more focused on how and what the defense is doing. The burden of responsibility is now being placed on the defender to show he or she is not fouling. For example, an offensive player is driving to the goal with a trailing defender on a counterattack. A deep outside perimeter teammate with the ball throws a pass to the breaking driver. What are you going to focus on? Do you analyze where and how accurate the pass will be? Or do you focus on what the defender is doing to the breaking driver before or as he or she is receiving the ball? Let's take a look at a good clip example. Here is the same situation I talked about in the example. A driver with an advantage and the ball deep on the perimeter in a counterattack situation. There are several things you need to focus on in this clip. Is the defender riding the driver? Is the driver inside the 5-meter line? Does the defender use his hands on the body of the driver before, during, or after the pass? Make the call on how you see the defender respond, not on how good or bad the pass is. That basically is irrelevant. Did the defender foul the driver with a clear advantage as he attempted to receive the pass? Is his head inside the 5-meter line? Remember, it is any foul inside the 5-meter line and probable goal that dictates a penalty foul. Here we go. Take a look. All right, let's take this back. Now you can see where the ball is. Out on the perimeter, pretty deep, right here. You can see where the driver has a clear advantage. Now we take it a little bit further, and you can see the defender start to close in because the offensive player needs to slow down. Now basically he's being fouled right here, and you obviously would not want to call anything at this particular time. Use the advantage rule. That player clearly has an advantage. The ball is up and dry. It's going to be a pass coming in a little bit from behind. And as the ball comes in, obviously the defender right here is using his hands on the body of the driver to sink him. So there's no way he's going to be able to go up and reach that pass. Whether or not that pass was good or whether it was bad basically is irrelevant, and would never know because the defender is fouling the driver, the offensive player. And as you look, you can see it's inside the 5. So being inside the 5, this would be a penalty shot. And that offensive player is basically buried. So take it back and we'll run it through one more time so you can see it. And just remember, bad pass is not in the rule book and should not be used to explain what you called or didn't call. Again, what did you see the defender do? In this particular situation, it was a no call. And it was evaluated, and it was indicated to the referee that it should have been a penalty foul. There really is no question about it as you take a look at it. The rationale by the referee was the ball shouldn't be passed in from that location. It's a poor percentage pass in. And that is why he did not call a penalty foul. But we apply the rules as written. Therefore, it should be a penalty foul. The defender was definitely fouling the offensive player. Here is a clip example of an ordinary foul being called at the center forward position. Prior to the ball coming into set, the attack referee is confronted with the advantage rule. What is the center forward defender doing as the ball is moving on the perimeter? Can you take the advantage away from the perimeter players passing the ball and positioning to shoot? If the center forward defender is worthy of an exclusion foul, and you see the opportunity to call without taking away a scoring opportunity on the perimeter, yes, you can make the exclusion call. But if you are unsure and see the center forward is holding good position, have patience and allow the perimeter to draw the defense out so they can pass to the center forward. If the ball does come in and the center forward is not holding or sinking but impeding, then you can call the ordinary foul. Well, let's check it out. There will be no sound to the clip, unfortunately. But you can see the ball being passed back and forth between P2 and P3 on the posts. And there you have your ordinary foul. Now, as we take that back, and let it run forward, You can see how the ball's worked around on the perimeter. The defense is dropping back. The defense is dropping back, so the offense basically has to pass the ball back and forth, look for an outside shot, and or draw the defenders out to them so they have a clear opportunity to pass the ball in the set. And that's exactly what happens. The defense does come out here, so there's going to be an opportunity if they can get a good pass back to P2. But P2 defender is starting to drop back, so P3 with the ball up top here is going to make the pass in the set. Now prior to this, there really isn't anything there that you can call for an exclusion foul. It's pretty much a mutual situation between the center forward defender and the center forward. So you can use the advantage rule not to call anything in there and let the defense, or the offense, take care of the situation. And they'll work the ball back and forth. Now they have the opportunity to pass it in. Now there's a drop going back here at the same time. But that's irrelevant. What is the center forward defender doing at this moment in time? Basically, he's impeding. You can't really say that he's holding. The ball's coming in pretty much at the same time he's going and reaching over for the ball. He will get one hand up, which you can see right here. But he has the other hand down, and the center forward is having a hard time maintaining position. So you call the ordinary, the offense gets to keep the ball. And the game goes on. Let's take a look at a situation where the ball is on the perimeter and there is the opportunity to call an exclusion foul at center forward. Here you have more of a pressing defense, and the opportunity to pass the ball into set is available. Again, the focus should be on the center forward defender and how he is trying to play the center forward. Is he heavy with arms over the shoulders of the center forward, sinking or holding in any way? This clip was a no call, but should have been an exclusion foul on the center forward, and I'll point out why. Now you can see how heavy the defense was on the center forward. You can also look around at the other defenders, and basically this team is playing more of a press defense. If the center forward defender has arms wrapped around the center forward's shoulders, basically he's asking for an exclusion foul. So if the opportunity is there, you want to make sure that you call the exclusion foul if you see the hold in the sink. The ball doesn't have to be going into set. But if the ball is coming into set and you see how heavy the defender was, then make the call. And you can see his arm is already wrapped around. So you could actually call that right now, because there really isn't any opportunity for the offense to score from the perimeter. But as they come in, he's got his right arm around holding the center forward, and he has his left hand over the shoulder out in front, and this is a perfectly good pass into the center forward position. And he just peels off, takes the ball, and away they go. Again, that should have been an exclusion foul. In game situations, if you don't control the center forward defender being heavy on the center forward, it takes a toll as the game goes along, and it makes it very, very difficult for a fluid offense to take place, not to mention the fatigue that it puts on the center forward. Okay, here's your situation. You're the attack referee. Basically, your focus is on the center forward. The ball is out here at the perimeter 2 position. It'll go down and be past the perimeter 1 position, and then on into the set. And your focus is on the center forward defender to see whether or not he is fouling. So let's watch it through at full time, all the way through, and then we'll go back and analyze. Okay, what are the key points as you focus on the center forward defender? Is there any foul situation? Basically, no. They're both positioning. Center forward has a good ball side position to receive the ball. The center forward defender is not heavy. You have to have the patience to watch the ball come in and give the center forward the opportunity to perform. You also have some drop defenders that are coming into the situation that can affect what you call or don't call at the center forward. Two hands up by the center forward defender without pushing down, without sinking. The center forward is able to get his hand on the ball. Once he gets his hand on the ball, obviously, it's an opportunity for the defense to attack. But you have a smart player putting two hands up here, knowing that the drop is coming in. And he's looking. He sees contact with the ball, and now he knows he can attack. And the defense knocks the ball out of his hand. You always give the defenders the opportunity to release. In this particular situation, they do. The ball turns over. It's a very nice no call. One more time. Referee made a nice call. You can view these clips and see a description of each by going to Darfish TV under the Collegiate Water Polo Association channel. If you have any questions, please contact me. Comments are welcomed on content and subject. All views on each clip would be open for discussion if I was reviewing them with the referee involved. The purpose of the discussion would be to improve consistency and serve as an educational tool for improvement.